Alright, so this is recording for the Fire Within as it's required in the chapter to solo the game on what lethal difficulty or above, but if I'm going to do it, might as well do it on Absolute. I've done all missions on Absolute solo as Sniper. This one I've also done as Assault in the past. Honestly, I'm feeling lazy, and to bring proof to the chapter that I've done it, I'm bringing up Bulwark, which is the easiest way for me to go and prove it. Now, funnily enough, I just got my ass kicked in a previous attempt as Bulwark running this mission. I had a pretty rough Hellbrute spawn that I also played, in all fairness, pretty horrendously. Now, thankfully, that recording is all gone, as if it's never existed, so we can pretend it's fine. One small issue is I did forget to change my gear, so we're running a power sword and plasma pistol. Power sword's fine. Power sword is really not the issue here. The problem is going to be the plasma pistol. There is a chance we get a zoanthrope spawn. We really don't want, as we'll have to be handling them on the plasma pistol, and that is just gonna suck big time. Alright. We really need to be conservative of our plasma pistol ammo. The main reason it sucks is gonna be because they actually fucking slap. It's a great gun. It's not. It doesn't really suck. It's more of a yo. If we find a zoanthrope, well, technically one zoanthrope isn't gonna be a problem. But if it's a double or a triple zoan, we're kind of fucked in terms of ammo. This should be enough to kill one of them. Yep. Now, the issue you're going to face as Bulwark into range Majoris is that unless they attack you, you're probably not doing much to them. Majoris in this game, at least when it comes to Tyranids, have a tendency of trying to kite away from you. Most annoying ones being snipers and shotgunners due to the sheer damage they can inflict. Well, most dangerous ones, because at the end of the day, they're all annoying. And we have pretty shit RNG on this pull, given we have been granted the honor of fucking 16 or something Majorists that are fully ranged. Okay, so the good thing about this spin is you can interrupt it at any point with a cancel, into execute, or parry. Perfect. Oh, that was kind of neat. Yes, we got to lock in the execute before he popped off, and now we can duel the sniper. Perfect. That actually worked out really well for us. Of course, there's another one. You have to be careful with snipers. One thing that happens on a regular basis is you can kind of cancel a shot by cancelling their line of sight, right? But at the same time, I don't need to dodge those actually. Ah, shit. So, I'll come back to that. Zoan. Yep, of course it's a Zoan. Alright. Well, let's hope it's only one. As you can see, our plasma pistol ammo is already like kind of dented. It's not just one Zoan. I love this game. We need to get a cancel on that. Thankfully, good bots. This is going to be a bit of a pain to deal with. Wow. Terrible overlap here. There's kind of a weird issue with health regen and gun strikes recently. I don't know if something was nerfed. Okay, that's one down, and the problem is, as you see, we have 3 shots left. And luckily that's enough for 2, but there was 3 zoanthropes from the beginning! Haha! So there is this one thing. I fucked that up. Whoa, he fucked it up more. So this neat thing about zoanthropes and haha power sword is Power Sword can actually hit Zoans like this in theory. Was there a Spore Mine left? We kind of are praying at this point. Yeah, like... So this is why I should have changed gear in the first place. Now we're honestly kind of fucked, I'm not too sure. Like, we need to find ammo and we need to survive. So let's see what our bots can do for us. Oh, oh wow, you son of a bitch. Okay, we kind of got bullied by the game here, but now we're back. We're so back, baby. Like, nothing ever happened. Alright, this is kind of free now. We do have to get rid of the shotgunners. This one in particular can go. As we kindly stay where I'm from, fuck itself. And that's dealt with. That does leave an enraged shotgunner, which we can approach with the good old frag in your face technique stagger into the double spin combo. And again, you can cancel the double spin anytime with a parry, so it really is non-committal. You should always be going for it when you can. When you can is very theoretical, to be honest. It's basically when there's nothing you'll be needing to dodge, because you cannot dodge out of it. Power Rake is faster and execution there, so when you're fighting against specifically a pack of snipers that might be spread out or something, or like two enraged shotguns, God forbid you actually have to face that, you might want to go for Power Rakes instead. But overall, the damage multiplier on the spin, what's its name? World Slash, I guess? World Slash. The damage multiplier is so high, it's very much the best bang for your buck. I mean, there's a stim down there. We just had an extremist spawn. The problem we're gonna have now with this extremist spawn, and thank you, Ammo Cache, and please don't give me a neurotrope. But the problem we're gonna have with the extremist spawn we has is pretty lengthy as one. Extremists, they spawn on average every 3 minutes and 30 seconds, if I recall properly, or at least it's what I was told and it's what it feels like. So we should be expecting one soon enough. No relic there, which means there's a high. There we go. I mean, and of course it comes with a pack of snipers. So here, that should bring us an execute on the next rake. A bit unfortunate that we go for the dodge. We need to go for a cancel here. We got it off last seconds. Wow. That is kind of an unlucky spawn for us, I'm not going to pretend. I want to conserve ammo as much as possible against the Zoan. Thankfully, it seems our heavy bot did most of the work there. The one thing though is you can stagger Biovores with it, with the plasma pistol, and in that regard it's a great weapon for Biovores. Just going to check the top floor to see if there's any Majoris we forgot, but I guess the sniper got killed there. I feel like I heard the sniper noise somewhere, but might have just been me. Bunch of ammo. And there's pretty systematically some stims down there, so I expect it to be fine. Here we're just kind of praying we don't have a neurotrope spawn. Neurotrope spawn is going to be... It's just going to be pretty much a taxing fight for no reason that we kind of don't want to have to play right now. I'd much rather have a Hellbrute. Now, I say this, I got wiped on the last run by a Hellbrute, so you know, this is very theoretical, but we do normally prefer Hellbrute. Which one's calling for reinforcement? Alright. That's pretty neat. Banners up, one melter for tricky situations. No neuro, which is nice. I'm not going to check for a gene seed. I don't want to play for it. Like I said, I really just want to get this run done, so it's going to be a find relics one. Hells if we get to E2. I mean, it means we've had a shitty run, but it also means like we've got a lot of backup and insurance. So, ideally we want to start hoarding stims and rely on banner for survivability, but we've had one close call already, which really we shouldn't have had. So, you can kind of preemptively bully him, sorta. The neat part about these is with Armor of Contempt, they die super quick. There you go. And this should proc exec, perfect. You want to play the altar as much as possible. It does feel like being in execution animation on the altar counts for the purpose of securing it. So anything goes so long as you get there. We're gonna get an extremist spawn very soon. Probably like by the time we're done with the altar, if we don't move. Yeah, there you go. Alright, that was kind of predictable. It's a Gatling one. I don't want to let the Gatling one play the game. Of course, it's... We ban to heal this instantly. Okay, and there's a wave coming. This is going to be a bit of a rough spot. These can bully us a fair bit if we let them. And now, thankfully, Bulwark doesn't have the worst time against them due to intimidating aura. They're very squishy. You can, as you've seen, pretty much two-shot them, and we have an unlimited amount of ammo. The other good part about it is, okay, how many more are there? It's the last one. It's one single Termi, and he does seem. Whoa, that was kind of an unlucky one. It shouldn't matter too much. Wow. Okay, perfect. We kind of got chewed at by those Norris. It really doesn't matter too much. The armor turn. What the fuck? That's twice they just get stuck weirdly onto the lift, onto the stairs. Sorry. Alright, one left. Give me 2 armor. There you go. Alright. I'll take this. I might get chipped a bit, but it looks like he's dueling my heavy anyway. It really doesn't matter. We'll need to check the relic spot. Christ, how many of you are there? Now, we've got, again, the best bot in the game, that being heavy. Assault's actually pretty good. Assault's a pretty decent bot. There you go. Relic spot, and a relic it is. Normally there is a sorcerer, the one that we've seen at the beginning. Maybe one of the bots killed it during the fight, I honestly don't know. We're gonna get 1 to 2 extremist spawns over there, like that's 100% sure. It kind of depends how long it takes me to take the altar. Now, Bulwark is the best character to be taking these altars, for the very simple reason you just sit there and tank projectiles, which most other classes can't do, and they do rely on usually resetting armor with objectives and so on. So we should be pretty fine. Pachaminoris. So sometimes there is this annoying delay in armor generation between Minoris hits, which as you can see can lead to you being chipped in a pretty nasty fashion. Another example of that has to be Sniper. Sniper, if you cloak, some Minoris will kind of like buffer their attacks prior to the cloak proccing, and that will lead to you getting chunked. Okay, we've got 1 stim, so ideally we want to save this stim to have 2 as a backup and just... honestly, this is a pretty decent spot for a banner. It's also one of the reasons Plasma Pistol is so good. Charge shots will regen a F-ton of ammo. Well, I want to play the objective here quickly. I might get chunked here. Looks alright. Perfect. Now we can use a shock grenade to kind of soften up the lesser mage. Have to be careful when you do that, as you can see, because it triggers its shields, he will be consistently shooting these out up until the shields are gone. That's taken longer than I expected, but that should be an easy lesser mage now. And there we go. Okay, one down. We have one shot grenade left. There is, however, a melter bomb, which is a lot better even against them. Let me grab this and grab my armor. The melter bomb, I mean, like, you don't even have to deal with the shields. Yeah, so this is... Did he just get... What cancelled him? And there you go, that's lesser mage dealt with. Altar is already done. On this phase, it does very much feel like the game will keep spawning enemies so long as the altar isn't captured. And it's also true on the previous altar. It's pretty much true on every single altar you're going to be facing. So it's kind of crucial that you're able to secure the altar as fast as possible. If you do that, you severely limit the amount of shit the game will be throwing at you. So right now we're in a pretty good spot. We have one relic, a stim, something to take care of, well, lesser mages. This isn't like that. Those grenades aren't very good against termies. I've never used them on Gatling termies. There's actually a world in which they could be useful. Does this work? Oh, I think it. Yeah, perfect. Like I said, lesser mages are lesser mages. That's not a lesser mage. Enlightened Sandgores are incredibly squishy, and you can just fuck them up like that. Just checking for a second relic, not so much because I've got use for it right now, but it lets me know what the likelihood of finding a relic further in the run is if I do get killed. Alright, this is basically shit show land. We're just gonna try and cross and hope for a Hellroot spawn that isn't too terrible. Like here, like a lot of the issues we're gonna face are gonna come from the snipers, and pretty much everything else as well. Like, now, honestly, we should play it smart, cross through. Like, it really would make more sense to cross through, what's it called? The sides. You can kind of ignore this fight, but there's a couple of buts there. Vox is kind of weird when it comes to percentages. It's kind of weirdly easy to get a B on Vox Liberatis if you do not kill pretty much everything that spawns here. Yeah, and this is kind of what we were worried about. Thankfully, we get a breakpoint, execute procs, and we're good to go. The other problem we're going to have is we can't see shit because we've been chaos eaten. Thank God he commits suicide on us. So you really want to rush Majoris. Shit, wasn't a real one. You really want to rush Majoris on Bulwark, or at least specifically Chaos Marines, because when you get close to them, they will, like, I don't know, 70% plus of the time just try to go for an attack. It's not as true for flamethrower ones, but these ones, they 100% do. And as Bulwark, Intimidating Aura will just give you a one-shot. They're very squishy. They're squishier than Tyranids for that matter. And you're already, like, almost one-shot Tyranids. It's more... So this is kind of annoying when they focus on the bots instead of you. Kind of a few classes have that. Here, we should be able to play for a stagger. Perfect. Take the exec. So we're just gonna go upwards, check for a stim. Odds of us eating another enemy wave are low, but 90% for an extremist by the time we come back down. There you go. So this stim is kind of like always there, it feels. I think it's just because of... Look at that go. So yeah, the last extremist spawn we'd had was a bit away. It was kind of obvious we'd get one. The one thing to be worried about when you're in that kind of duel is going to be whether or not there's a second or third termi, happens on a regular basis. That is, oh wow, that's kind of unlucky. Our bots didn't focus this. So sometimes it feels like they try to prioritize, but they don't. Anyway, yeah, when you're facing multiple termies, or when you have an extremist spawn against Chaos, always pay attention and expect up to the 3 extremists that you can have. The reason it's so important is because if you do have a Gatling Termi that is behind you, you will die. And that's kind of true on any class. Assault has the, Bulwark has the best odds of making it out alive. Oh, that's kind of lucky. But pretty much no one likes that. Normally you can't tank those without armored advance, which is why we run it. Pack like that's actually kind of neat for Bulwark with Plasma Pistol. We can normally stagger at least 2 of them. Wow, that was a lot of them actually. I lied. This isn't going to be neat at all, especially on an enemy wave spawn. Wow, actually. Should put him in exoc range as well. Tyranids, that's really fine. I do want you to die. Perfect. Alright, so this is kind of hectic, but it does look like we're not getting a Hellbrute spawn. Minoris will just get cleaved down along the fight anyway, like, you do kind of want to pay attention to them just because of the raw damage output that Tangors deal. So Hormigons, they attack, it feels kind of faster, maybe a teeny bit faster. Tangors make up for it with what feels like a shit ton of damage per attack. Alright, the reason we are running fencing is also because we're, well, firstly, Bulwark, intimidating aura, blah blah blah. Second reason is, against Chaos they don't really have 2 attack patterns, which is also why Vox Liberatis is a bit of a bitch for most classes, because it has a Tyranid phase where you would like a block weapon, and it has a Chaos phase where you'd rather swap. And the armor generation on Minoris is just way too helpful on the chip damage you're going to take. So there is a chance for a Hellbrute spawn here. You can get one if you're like unlucky. It looks okay for now. We could have gone for the other pack that might aggro now that we've started. Yeah, I did expect them to. The reason they haven't. The reason we go for this one first is because it's way better. I think I'll keep those. It's way better to deal with Marines than it is to deal with. Wow, he just. That's kind of yikes. They should get the cancel. Oh, useless bots. Alright. But yeah, it's a lot easier to fight the Marines than it is to fight alone, than it is to fight these 2 with the Marines potentially. I don't think that makes perfect sense, but anyway. It's a bit of a waste of ammo. Oh wow, we're getting this phase. Yeah, this kind of sucks, I'm not gonna lie. Because that does mean we're gonna get an extremist spawn here. And of course you blink out. Alright, where's the other one? And we'll deal with everything else later. Oh wow. Fuck that. So here we are trading our armor into him. Shock grenades will deal damage to your own self, but honestly, to get rid of a lesser mage, it's kind of fine. There is a Termi fucking up our friend. Honestly, this is kind of a like don't care situation. So long as the Termi doesn't catch up, we're gonna take a lot of chip damage for this, but I do want to get moving, so I'm happy to trade HP. And now onto the Termi. One intimidating aura proc, and there you go. Intimidating aura, love of my life. It feels pretty unlucky that we're consistently getting reinforcements called within our executes, but then again... Alright, I kinda can't be asked to fight everyone here, so I'll just go onto the elevator, hope that we're not missing that much in terms of percentage. Oh, we're missing a fair bit. There's a fair bit of fuckers here. Let's see if we can get some damage in before it fucks off. Yeah, no. Alright. Wave it is. Pretty decent kill here. I wish we'd been able to take the other shock grenades that were next to the crate that we couldn't stop by when we bullied the lesser mage, but it is what it is. That's a small waste spawn. So, what I meant with you can't dodge out of it, there you go. Did we just... That was weird in terms of animation. That was a weird ass animation. We'll take it though. Alright, we're out. So the slightly unfortunate part is there probably is another relic here, like behind this. You know what? Am I right? Are you there? Huh, there isn't. Well, I'll shut the fuck up. There is a stim there. We'll be that guy. We're missing like 10% HP. Eat a stim. Pick up this one. Might as well. And on to the last phase. So, if you're wondering why Vox Liberatis is a bitch of a mission, it isn't so much because of the Hellbrute spawn that can be absolutely garbage. It isn't because you can get a Neurotrop in a spot where you really wouldn't want to get a Neurotrop. It is because of this part, because you're going to have to hold altars against a shit ton of enemies, with you being the single target of this fucker here, and a lot of cunts. Yes, my favorite friend. This is gonna get a bit awkward here real quick if we don't get rid of this one. Perfect. Liberatis actually wasn't too bad. We want to get rid of this one. Perfect, he's dead as well. Alright, this was actually surprisingly efficient. I mean, we do have heavy bot. Heavy bot is OP. Thank you, Straben. So the issue I'll have with heavy bot, he's not very good at hitting headshots, right? So his hitting cancels is not going to be possible if he's not focusing on the target the moment it starts channeling. But he is relentless. He will absolutely tear anything to shreds. Best bot in the game. If you've got Vanguard, you're kind of cursed. Okay, I will say there is one good thing I can say about Vanguard bot. Vanguard bots sometimes will remember to hook lesser mages, thus breaking their shields kind of like early. So this is the part of the game where we play dodgeball and it sucks ass. Haha, I love this part. I love getting shot at with no... Okay, we preemptively ban it because I do not want us to get chunked too much. And we're gonna have to play around the banner for the altars. The good part is we are Prestige 4, we are running the perk that gives us banner region and projectile block, and we're against chaos. So, projectiles is all there are. Hello, armor, contempt. There you go. Thank you, friend. Hello. Yeah, I love this. Honestly, there's a set of stims here. I'll try and remember it in case I need them. So this is like the free altar. This is like the freebie the game gives you. In the sense that our good friend here cannot shoot us. Did I hear any streams? We're kind of immune to anything here, so we can just sit on the altar and deal with anything coming up our way. There we go. Now that it's done, altar done, we're on 40% on banner. Doing pretty good so far. And then we combo with this. Of course you blink away. I'd have expected to start challenging, but... Alright, Soul Reaper, these need to be handled. Again, like the Gatling ones are your... Holy shit, there's two of them. They are an absolute nightmare. Thank... Got a word for that, but I'm not going to say it. Now, we do have a slight problem right now. Oh, it's a crack. I'd forgotten. Okay, problem solved. It's a crack grenade. For some reason, I thought this was a shock grenade. Alright, move out, dodge out. I'd like to say I know how to dodge those perfectly, and I'm like around about 400 hours in almost. Yeah, no. It's still pretty much guesswork to me. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and you just try and like keep it okay. Okay, there's gonna be a wave coming, so we need to take them into a choke point. Ideally one where we do not have to handle that kind of shit. So this is like the lesser evil, right? It forces like a double dodge, which kinda doesn't matter. What chipped our armor? Menorahs? Oh. See, this is again a good spot to be in as the waves start spawning in. Honestly, in Absolute, you shouldn't be too ashamed of letting your bots do some of the heavy lifting for you. That got strike. We are running the armor on... Oh wow, holy shit, that's rough. Perfect. We are running the armor on Gunstrike, even non-execute, so... Hey, what? That was weird. Okay, I think that's most of the wave. We can just pretty much go up now. We have banner up again. Thank you. And thank you. Alright. So now we're gonna have to find a way. 9 bullets, so we means we can't really like play around the skulls. Yeah, of course there's the skulls. And this is why it sucks, arse. Christ, I hate this boss. It's not even really a boss, it's just a like... I don't know, man. Doesn't matter, done easy. Now on to the next and last altar. I swear to God, if my chapter has me do this shit again because somehow this isn't valid for XYZ reason, I am gonna strangle someone. Vox Liberatis is a pain in the ass to solo. Like, I'd rather be kicked in the nuts repeatedly. For this specific reason. Right, so we use the good old technique of honestly can't be fucked. Oh wow, did I fuck this? Of bannering for armor. And there we go! And the stims to counteract the HP loss. Fuck you game, bye bye, easy game. And recording done for this one. Thank you to whoever watches this. Like, who does? But that was Vox Liberatis on Absolute solo as Bulwark. I'll just show the screen stats after the loading screen. Just, I don't know, for the record or something. That does mean we get an awkward loading time. We get the rank A, so pretty happy we stayed to kill everything we could most of the time. Damage is pretty neat, as you can tell. Again, did you see like the heavy bot's damage? Straven, best bot. And there we go. Thank you very much.